Welcome back to another super simple Python tutorial you can do right on your phone with Pydroid. Last time, we explored what strings are and some cool things we can do with them. Today, we are going even deeper. We will learn about string hints, what they are and why they matter, string formatting, how to combine text with variables nicely, and string.Template, a smart way to build messages using placeholders. Don't worry, I will explain it all step by step, even if you have never programmed before. Let's start with the part 1, string hints. What are hints? In real life, when you label something like this is water or this is milk, people know what to expect. In Python, we can do the same by giving our variables a hint about what type of value they should be. Let's see some code example. Okay, then add the column here, then print function, then we can say hello. Okay, then use the plus to join, plus name variable here. Okay, so let's explain this in simple terms. The def greet open parenthesis name colon str closing parenthesis colon. This defines a function named greet. Okay, we defined a function named greet. Then the parameters inside the greet function name str tells Python that name should be a string, that is a text. Okay, then the print function that we use to say print hello plus name combines hello with the name. Okay, note, even if someone gives a number, Python will stop you. This is just a hint, not a rule. Okay, so but it helps keep your code clean and easy to understand. Okay, now let's move to the part 2. I'll comment this out so that we can actually move to part 2. So okay, the part 2 says string formatting. Okay, so in the string formatting, we're discussing the f string, okay, for this example. Okay, now what's the problem? Before we used plus sign to combine strings and variables, just like we did here. Okay, we already did we say print hello plus name. Okay, we use plus sign to combine variables and maybe strings as well, strings and variables. Okay, but this could be, messy when you do that. Let me show you a code example so you understand what I'm saying. So we say name is equal to let's say inside coder. Then let's say, let me say print. We want to use the print function. I'll say hello. Then here I'll say plus, just like we did before, and I'll say name. Right? So if I run this code, it will say hello inside coder. Okay, hello inside coder. I think I misspelled inside coder, not coded. Inside coder, right? So if you print it, you say hello inside coder, right? But it actually works, as you can see, but it can get messy if you have many variables or different data types like numbers. Okay, so a better way to do this is to use f strings in a situation whereby we have a variable, different type of variables that we have different values assigned to them. Understand, like we have a variable we assign string to, and another variable we assign integer, that is a number, to it, and so on. So if you want to print it and we keep having, maybe my name is inside coder, another plus, maybe I am so age old, and I am, you keep on adding plus, it could become messy. Okay, not that it won't work, but your code could become messy, okay, or even hard to read. Okay, so a better way to do this is to use the string. Okay, so let's see that in practice. So let's add another variable. Let me say age. Okay, equal to, so let's say age is also 20. Okay, then in the print statement, let me delete this so you can see how we can use the elf format. Okay, now, okay, let's see how we can use that. So to use the string, you start with elf, then you have to open a quotation. Every other thing has to be inside the quotation. Okay, so the F before the quotation tells Python that you want to format the strings there. So you can actually use a template to hold the variables that you mentioned above. So here I will say my name is, then the placeholder we are going to use here is the curly bracket, and I'll say name. Okay, then on the I am, then for me to say the age here, and I'll say I am age years old. Full stop. Okay, now if you run this code, you will see Python will replace the name inside the name and the age inside the curly bracket with the actual value that is assigned to them, just like inside coda and the 20 for the age. So if I run this code, you will see my name is inside coda and I am 20 years old. Okay, this is very efficient and also effective to use. It doesn't make your code messy. Okay, you just need to understand how to use the placeholders, okay, to mention whenever you want to mention the variables. You use the placeholder curly bracket. Make sure that they are inside curly bracket. Okay, so let me explain further here. You see the of that we have inside the print function, okay, stand for formatted string. Okay, it stands for formatted, so it means you want to format the string that follows it. Then the name and the age inside the curly bracket are placeholders. Okay, Python will replace this with the actual values. Okay, the actual values that is assigned to the variables, just like the name is inside coda and the age is 20. Okay, it's cleaner, easier, and works with any data type you have. Okay, or you may have assign a value to. Okay, so the part 3 we'll talk about is string.Template, right? Let me also comment this out so we can see the last example we have for today. So that's string.Template. Okay, so what if you want to build a message template like a letter or alert in an app? Okay, maybe someone is playing a game and you want to build a message template that will, allow the person, if the person maybe allow the user, if the user maybe have scored a point or, something like that. So Python has a way to do that using templates. Okay, so let's see some code example. Okay, so I'll say from string import template. It's a template, right? Now, the next thing I'll say is to create a variable, okay, that we want to use to, whenever we want to Python to perform that task, we'll call that variable. So let's say it's a message template that we want to create. So I'll say MSG, this is message, okay? Then I'll say message template equal to message template equal to that template that we imported, okay, as a function. I'll say template, then hi. This is another way to use placeholder to hold a variable. using the dollar sign. Okay, so I'll say hi name, comma, hi name, you are okay, let's say you have points. Let's say I'll use another dollar to hold the point variable. So you have points today. Okay, so then we'll say final message. Okay, we want to actually, without this final message, where we want to use the substitute function for Python to actually know what, okay, because we have not actually assigned anything, a variable to the name and the point that we use the dollar template and the template function method that we use here now. So I'll say final message, that's the variable final message equal to the message template variable that we created already. Then message template variable dot, we want to call a function substitute. Okay, it is a function substitute, right? Then inside it, we want to substitute the name that we have there. Remember, the first one is dollar name, right? We want to substitute it with equal to, let's say, inside coder again, inside coder. All right, then I'll say comma, then the point that we placed in a placeholder, we also say equal to, let's say the person scored 50. Okay, now we want to print the final message. Okay, the final message which we use to change everything, as in those placeholders that we formatted in the message template. So we have used it to, it's a kind of substitute those placeholders. So I'll say final print final message. Okay, now if we run this, you see Python will perform those substitution for us. So if I run this, it will say, hi inside coder, you have 50 points today. Okay, so let me explain each of this code for better understanding. So the first thing we wrote here is from string import template. Okay, this brings in Python template feature. Without it, Python might not understand what we actually want to do or what we are actually doing here. Okay, so we need to import a template feature before we start using the template. Okay, because the template feature has built-in function, okay, that just like when we say dot substitute and it works for us. Okay, we say template, then we put things inside the template, it works for us. Okay, so we have to import the template feature, right? Then the next thing, template, then and everything inside the parentheses defines your message with placeholders like the dollar name and the dollar point. Okay, the template function holds this this formatted string that has the variable in a placeholders. Okay, like I've said, the examples we have here is the name, dollar name, and the dollar point placeholders. Then this dot substitute, okay, and everything inside it, the function fills in the blanks, okay, with real values, because those variables are blanks. We have not actually assigned any value to them. So inside the substitute, we use the substitute function to assign real values, okay, to those variable that we use dollar sign to hold in the template function. Okay, so why use this template feature? Okay, they are a great way, or rather let's say they are great when your text come from outside sources, okay, like user input. In a situation whereby you build an app and people need to create a username, maybe register or create an account. So you have to use a user input to get this information, or a database. Okay, your text come from outside sources like the user input or a database. It keeps your message safe and organized. We have done a great job. Today, you learn how to give hint to Python about what data your code expects, how to use string to write cleaner, smarter messages, and how to build message templates with placeholders for easy formatting. You are doing awesome! Follow for more beginner-friendly Python tutorial all on your smartphone. Thanks for joining me today.